it's like, I gotta stay away from you because ain't no telling what you would do for some money.
rights activist. He brings a conservative point of view to black issues. His mission: to provide a forum for honest discussions about social issues without the liberal lapdogs shutting down the discussion. Broadcasting from the American Truth Project Studios in beautiful Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. This is Conservative Nation with your host, Jermain Botsio.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Conservative Nation with me, your gracious host, Jermain Botsio. And on today's show, I got the one, the only mind of Jamal, brother flaming from down under. How are you doing?
Let's get ready to fight. How you doing tonight, Jermain? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I want to go ahead and apologize for last week. I slept on my neck wrong, okay? And let me tell you something. It messed up my whole neck. Yeah, about 3 or 4 hours of sleep with my neck hanging. Let me tell you something. Screwed me up, and I just couldn't do it. You know, I couldn't turn my neck well enough where, you know, the pain would go down. So, you know, I had to rest. So I had to let everybody know. So I'm thankful that, you know, everything has healed up. I got a lot of energy tonight, and I'm ready to go. Brother, I can tell you here in Minneapolis, it is a crazy town. We have Krispy Kreme. I don't know if you ever had Krispy Kreme donuts. Let me tell you something. I'm a donut man.
They're from North Carolina.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're here from North Carolina. Krispy Kreme, when that orange light come on, that thing causes accidents.
Yeah.
When them orange light come on, that means they hot and fresh. That's why I'm a diabetic.
Yeah, I can tell. I can, but and I'm just playing. But I'm saying I love Krispy Kreme. You know what I'm saying? That's like my favorite donut. And the fact that it came back,
Yes.
Yeah. So I had to go ahead and grab the Krispy Kreme. And let me tell you something. Everybody and their mama was out there. They were tap dancing, rapping. People were selling tickets. You know, they were doing everything out there. Let me tell you. But besides that, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get rocking. Let's get ready for the show, brother. We have an awesome show lined up. And let me tell you something. We got a lot of information to give out. And I'm ready to rock and roll. How about yourself?
I'm good. And Jermain, let me tell you this real quick. Here in North Carolina, for the North Carolina State Fair one year, they had Krispy Kreme burgers. That's when you take a burger with you can make it double cheeseburger, whatever. They would take the donut, put a patty, cheese, chili, and everything, and put another donut on it. Yes, Jimmy.
And they sold it, and you could eat it.
Yeah, Jermain, that thing was so good. And the line for that, Krispy Kreme did it for a little experiment. They had a line so long the first night, people won't even getting on rides because they didn't want to get out of line. They ran out of donuts and had to run back to their store where it's right off what's close to where the state fair is off Hillsborough. They had to go all the way down the Hillsborough Road and order so many donuts and had to run get hamburgers because that sold out so quick.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir. They shut the fair down.
They shut it down then. Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, I mean, it's a good donut, let me tell you. Nice, lightly fried. Let me tell you, it's really nice. It really is. In college, I had plenty of nights, you know, after a good drink fest. Let me tell you, you grab you some Krispy Kreme. Woo! Enough
Jermain,
with reminiscing.
You know
Let's get ready. Let's get ready to.
Krispy Kreme.
I'm telling
it's
you,
been
boy.
over 5 years since I had a Krispy Kreme donut since I became a diabetic. You just don't know.
Oh my goodness. Boy, I might have to try to ship you some, brother. You know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rock. Make sure you guys do your due diligence. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. We gonna need your help. As you guys know, the technocrats are still around. Yes, they are. They're still around, and they're still doing the devil's work. And you know what that is? Shadow banning and making sure your videos don't get seen. If you go through YouTube and you can look at a lot of your favorite characters, right? A lot of the people you listen to, you look at their videos, they used to do millions. Let me tell you, on there they're lucky to reach 100,000. Let me tell you, lucky. If that, lucky to reach a few thou. That's the way it is. So we need your help. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. First one up, brother. I want to go ahead and speak to you about a BBC video that is causing a lot of stir. Let me tell you. And BBC is already in trouble with Donald Trump. You get what I'm saying? They messed up with him. You know what I'm saying? They trying to run away from that $1 billion lawsuit. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, he want an apology. I would have said, I want you on your knees. That's what I would have said. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Jamal? Yeah, I would have said, I want the board of directors of BBC. I want the CEO, CFO, all the O's. I need all y'all on your knees. Apologize. You know what I'm saying? But that's only in a good world, you know. But Donald Trump, he got the apology. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got the apology. He got somebody fired. You know what I'm saying? With a good pension. The person left probably with a good pension. And they still putting out BS though. I could tell you that, Jamal. They certainly are. And in this video I'm about to show will make your head spin. Literally. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Transgender milk. How many of you heard of transgender milk? I didn't even know this was a thing at all. I did not know. Transgender milk. Well, ladies and gentlemen, apparently it is, and BBC is saying it is as good as breast milk. I want to go ahead and run this. When it come back, we shall discuss it. Make sure you guys do your due diligence. You hit that like button. Make sure you do share, all right? Here we go. Very quick. Here we go.
Now, a transgender woman's milk is just as good for babies as breast milk. That's according to a letter from the medical director at University Hospital Sussex NHS Foundation Trust. The claim was made as part of a response against campaign groups. The trust referred to studies and the World Health Organization guidance, including one case which found what it called no observable effects in babies fed by induced lactation.
Wow. So there you go. There you go. And let me tell you something that's crazy. I want to play it again. We got some more folks who just joined. We're talking about trans milk. Okay, they're saying it's as good as regular breast milk. You know, so if you know somebody who, you know what I'm saying. Let me go ahead and run this.
Now, a transgender woman's milk is just as good for babies as breast milk. That's according to a letter from the medical director at University Hospital Sussex NHS Foundation Trust. The claim was made as part of a response against campaign groups. The trust referred to studies and the World Health Organization guidance, including one case which found what it called no observable effects in babies fed by induced lactation.
Wow. Induced lactation. Brother, let me tell you something. We are in crazy town. We are. I don't understand how people can, think that this is natural and okay. We're in animal kingdom, okay? Where in the animal kingdom does this type of nonsense happen? Brother, can you fill me in?
None. Nowhere.
Oh, okay.
Because it don't happen. The most they can try to compare is a penguin who sits there, the king penguin who watches over the children because his feathers are thicker, so he can do the egg, that bring the egg to where it hatches and stuff. That don't mean homosexuality or anything. The king penguin just fur just thicker so it can keep the babies warm. This is people trying to play God, and to quote Cat Williams.
Yeah, absolutely
wrong. Wrong. And what they keep trying to do, Jermain, because they keep trying to make transgenderism normal. They keep trying. Because if you listen to her, they said transgender female. No, it's not a female. That's a man. That's a man playing dress up like a child went out for Halloween as Iron Man.
Yeah.
Or the other child who went out as Thanos. Or the other child that went out as Batman. That's not Batman. That's not Thanos, and that's not Iron Man. That's a child playing make believe, and that's the same thing with the man. That is a man playing make believe, and so what they're trying to do is normalize and trying to say that transgender women are real women, which they're not. So they go out and adopt a child, or they get a woman to carry a child to birth for him, and so he injects himself with hormones, and then he
Start
pushes his
lactating.
body to do breasts. Now, one of the things you talked about, Jermaine, before the show got started was the question people never ask: who did the research and who funded
Absolutely.
the study? Now, the reason why I say that, because the people who fund studies have reasons. And the insanity is they're trying to normalize that stuff because they want to make that normal.
You're absolutely correct. They want to make that normal. They want to act as if what they're doing somehow is part of health and you know, a healthy reproduction type of a thing, and it's not at all. What they are doing is they're causing confusion. A transgender woman is a male, period. End of discussion. With them walking outside and having to throw on a hair hat, throw on, you know, a fake chest, you know, pad in their bras, and then put stuff in their underwear and stuff like that. I mean, it's almost as if every day's Halloween for you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every day is Halloween. You're playing a character, and it's not right. That's part of the main reason why we're in the pickle we are in. A lot of these transgender folks, the gender reassignment folks, are going crazy because, ladies and gentlemen, it's not natural. It's not natural at all. Now, I want to go ahead here and show you guys this video. And this video will definitely pique your interest in what I'm speaking about here. And it's called When Your Mom is a Feminist. Very viral video. Maybe some of you guys have seen it before. But let me tell you something. It does a fantastic job in showing you the absurdity of what's going on. Take a look.
Ever since my mom went back to college, things have been a lot different.
Yeah, right now I'm just here with my racist son.
She's making me read all these weird books. She won't let me watch Paw Patrol. Keeps talking about how sexually liberated she is.
I just f***ed the shit out of 2 dudes last night.
So I don't want to hear about this stuff.
Oh, a woman's body's gross now. Is it, Marcus? Yeah, just got back from the protest. F***ed 3 dudes. Going back to college opened my eyes to the fact that my son is the problem and contributing to a system of oppression with his every movement. I am walking
These
funny.
people are
That was a
truly retarded.
dicking down for the ages.
It's always grossing me out now.
Oh, a woman can't burp now.
Oh, Mom, flush the toilet.
It's natural.
Why is there blood all over the couch?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there something you'd like to tell me about my body?
Here's a picture of my mom before she started the college course.
I'm depressed.
Why don't you maybe just go to the gym?
There's nothing wrong with being out of shape, Marcus.
I don't know, just do whatever you want.
I'm upping therapy to 8 times a week. I've tried everything. I've been putting estrogen in his oatmeal, but his levels of toxicity are still through the roof.
What are you doing?
Something wrong with a woman eating pudding, Marcus?
Shouldn't you be at school?
It's no white people week, so I'm working from home. Is that taking up too much space for you?
She told me she has some big announcement to make tonight.
Okay, listen, everybody, I have an announcement to make. I am demisexual.
What is that?
It's not my responsibility to educate you, Marcus. That said, I do have a couple more guys coming over, so you're gonna want to put your headphones on tonight.
Okay.
She kicked my dad out because he wouldn't retroactively take her last name.
Hey, can you please top up my meal card?
I'm 11.
I wonder what jobs I can get with this degree. Like, what about like a president or CEO? What degrees do they have?
You had a good job.
Hey, I'm posting some nudes on social media and I need you to hold the camera. Marcus is gonna have to come to terms with the fact that I'm no longer a subservient woman. I just really wish I had an abortion. And then Cinderella spit in Prince Charming's face and became the CEO of Monsanto. Anyways, I gotta run. I got some dudes coming over. I said put it on. And I want you to stay in that corner till you're not racist anymore.
Hey, Mom, I'm thirsty.
I think you're at the age now where it's time for you to learn how to use dildos on yourself. What?
I don't want to talk about
What
it.
is it? What is it now, Marcus?
The kids at school are bullying me.
Well, Marcus, if the girls at school are bullying you, that's good for them.
Not the girls, it's the boys. They're bullying me because you picked me up with your top off.
No, I'm doing everything I can as a parent to make sure that Marcus is never in a position of power.
I hope I never go to college.
Bow. So we're going to stop it right there. You know, they did a good job showing you the absurdity of what's going on. A lot of these folks, the trans women, they think like what that dude was doing. Running around with their hair hat on. You see how ridiculous the person looks too? Yeah, they're fully manufactured. Fully. You know what I'm saying? They look crazy. Brother, what did you think about the video?
You know what? It shows you the absurdity of the whole feminist trans stuff, because to me that's just further what we was talking about earlier. Because if you look at it, it's believable that the guy with the beard and the purple hair, even though it was a sketch, is still believable that he will be demanding something like that, Jermain. In today's day and age, this is what we see when it comes to them. They really act that crazy. So it was a sketch, and yes, it was funny. But the worst part about it, it's also true, because that's how too many of them act.
Yeah. Too
They
many
act like
of them act like that, Jamal, and it's so embarrassing. And let me tell you something, it's absolutely wrong. It is. It's absolutely wrong. And that lets you know, too, as a male growing up in our society, that, you know, liberal women are absolutely nuts. You know,
Yes.
Absolutely nuts. They act just like them. You know, so the guy's gonna have to learn what to look for. I could tell you that. The last thing I can say about this, very last thing I can say about this here. The only way we can stop this, only way is if Donald Trump comes up with some sort of law or amendment against fraud. And I believe this is fraud. And I've said it many a times that this is fraud. There's no way that you can go and, present yourself into a government institution, something that has to deal with, identity, and pose yourself as something you're not. I think that is fraud, and it needs to be presented as such. You know, these people doing this type of stuff need to be locked up, and they need to be put into an insane asylum. You know, they take that medicine. It's called gender dysphoria disorder. It's there, and I also believe that a lot of weak males gravitate towards that lifestyle as well. You get what I'm saying? Because of our society doesn't really uplift men. You get what I'm saying? Everything is geared towards women. And when it comes down to it, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of men, especially white males, they don't have that push up. You get what I'm saying? That's why there's so many programs that are helping boys who are left behind. You get what I'm saying? So this to me is a part of that in a sense. So, we shall see moving forward how we can get this solved. But I believe through an amendment, some sort of law, and round these folks up. You know, if you're willingly going outside and wearing this and you're presenting yourself as somebody else, you need to be locked up. Point blank, period. Let's go ahead and move forward. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Next one up, I want to go ahead and show you guys this picture here. Now, I've put a picture, well, I posted a picture, I should say, on Facebook, and I had a lot of folks contact me, and they were upset. They were mad. They were upset for what I put down, and I just couldn't, you know, I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, why are these people so upset about what I just said? I don't think that this is that bad, but apparently it is. So I decided I want to speak about it with you guys. You know, at least if I'm wrong, I can admit I'm wrong. You get what I'm saying? I don't have a problem admitting I'm wrong. But, you know, I just want to know what I'm wrong about so, you know, next time I can, you know, change. You get what I'm saying? I'm all about, you know, growing and doing what's right. Now, I want to go ahead and show you guys this picture. It's a very beautiful picture, a very bright picture. It's about a woman. She works at Ball State University. All right. And apparently she was getting a lot of slack. And I want you guys to see why she was getting slack. Let me go ahead here and transition. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Bow. Here we go. We have Suzanne Swerk or Swierk. You know, I don't know if that's Norwegian or something, but or Scandinavian something. Director of Health Promotion and Advocacy of Ball State. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what I put down was very simple. I said, hate me all you want, but aren't we supposed to lead by example? If this woman can't manage her own weight, how the hell can she tell anyone to do anything? Common sense ain't too common. Now, I said that, and, you know, I'm not going to go through the comments here, but I'll give you a synopsis of it. You know, a lot of folks agreed, and a lot of folks didn't. They said, Jermain. They're like, you need to show compassion. How the hell you ain't showing no compassion, Jermain? I mean, she could have some thyroid issue. You know what I'm saying? That's what she did. You know, a thyroid issue. Hey, Jermain, what's wrong with ya? You're too black for this. This is what somebody said. I'm too black for this. Brother, I just want to know, you know, if I'm a banker, no. Let me rewind that back. If I'm going to look for a banker, okay, and let's say I got, you know, a good 100,000 to invest, you know, a good 100 ball. Am I going to find a banker that is, you know, wrapped up in bankruptcies and ranked up in, you know, low ass credit score and you know, late payments and all sorts of stuff, negative accounts and this, that, and the third? Or am I going to look for a banker who has shown, you know, to be good at, you know, these type of things, has a fantastic credit score and can, you know, do what it does to make your money shake? What do you think here, brother?
Well, anybody knows any type of common sense. Okay, well, it's not common anymore, Jermaine. Jermaine, but as we well, you look at this big, healthy Broomhilda. She can have thyroids. Yeah, she got some thyroids. When she see a chicken thigh, she go roid rage. Look at that. She just goes straight road rage. Look at this woman right here. Come on, Jermaine. This is what's going on in today's society when peace times have become too peaceful. When you have peaceful times, which is because of the toxic masculinity, or if we want to go there, white supremacy, as people would say, they build times of peace to where women like this have a chance to speak. Because when we was worried about the Russians nuking us, we didn't have Broomhilda Bubble Butt like this.
Yeah.
Telling people and giving advice about weight. What can she give you advice on? She can tell you what not to do, but she cannot dare call herself healthy. This wouldn't even be something if women, and Jermaine, let me ask you a question. Is white female liberal more dangerous than gay men?
I'm
not talking
they
about
absolutely
LB.
are.
I'm talking about LB.
They absolutely are. The white liberal woman is more dangerous than the gay man, and it's for a lot of reasons.
LBG.
Because these white liberal women like her, because in their early years they didn't get a man. I know I'm gonna get it. I know I don't care though. Because they didn't get a man early. They have to prop up the government. They have to get in these type of positions. They marrying the government at that point. You get what I'm saying? If you go and look at, I watched a video of people in the State Department who were getting fired, who were leaving for the shutdown. Do you know that in the State Department, there's over 80% women?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I want folks to understand this.
Yes.
And I have nothing against women. I love women. I've dated a lot of women, let me tell you. I'm very honest with them. That's how much I like women. I'm very honest. 80% in the State Department, and they were big as this woman walking out.
Yes.
These women have nothing to go home to except for a cat, a dog, maybe some spaghetti that they have to warm up. That's their life. Because in the beginning years, they didn't want to get married. They wanted a career. And in a sense, what they did was marry the government. The government give them their money. You get what I'm saying? The government, if they prop up the government, they support the government. The government in turn take care of them. You get what I'm saying? So now when they were getting fired, so many liberal women were upset because the government was divorcing y'all. And when I watched this video, it was nothing but rows of women walking out. Big as whales, walking out with their stuff like this. And I'm saying, who the hell is hiring these women? I know that we're not 80% women here in this country. Why the hell is it 80% women in the State Department like this? No wonder why things are screwed up. Jamal, go ahead. They're going to come after me. I don't care. Go ahead.
Because men have been beat down for the past 40 and 50 years to where they have made women to rule over us. They didn't give women an equal opportunity. What they did was destroy the male's confidence, destroy who he was, try to put him in a feminist point of view, and then took these women and said, well, here you go. They made women more aggressive, and they took men and emasculated him. So that's why you got so many of these men today who are acting transgender, because that's the only way they're safe to be what they want to do, to be equal without not being told that they're hateful, they're evil, and other things, because that's what they're called, hateful and evil.
And so they will get hateful and evil. The longer a woman stays away from a man, the more hardened she is, and the harder it is for her to get into a relationship. It is.
Yes.
And that is something that happens, especially when these women get this age. They get into a career. And there's nothing wrong with being a career woman. I want folks to understand me. Okay? There's nothing wrong with it. But I'm for family. You know, you go to college, you get out. Get on with your career, you find yourself a good husband, and you settle down and you have babies. And be a good wife. What's wrong with that? I just don't know what's wrong with that. Men will die for you. I want the women to understand, men will really die for you. Seriously. So, let's go ahead and move forward. I don't want to harp too much on this here, but, folks were, really coming after me saying I have to show compassion and this, that, and the third. And I do have compassion, but it gets to a point where when does logic override compassion? You get what I'm saying? I just don't know. And with a lot of these folks here, they would literally have compassion ruin their whole lives. And I wasn't raised like that. I was raised to use my brain and think. I guess I'm just an old animal. Let's go ahead and move forward. Next one up, I want to go ahead and speak to you guys about a court case that has taken America by storm. Let me tell you. And it happened in Durham, North Carolina. Shout out to my main man, Mind of Jamal. It was in his neck of the woods. Now, this woman sued another woman for alienation of affection. She says that this woman targeted her husband and basically made her husband, break up with her, divorce her, and end their marriage. And she wouldn't leave them alone. Now, this case got so popular because the woman that she sued was a TikTok star. And the other woman, she got, a little bit of notoriety because women, were backing her up because of what was going on in her life. So it's basically, two folks with big, followers coming together, clashing in court. Now, I saw what happened inside the court. I saw some video, and let me tell you. Hold on. Woo! The cross-examination and the woman self-represented herself. So it was good. She spoke well, very, very, very eloquent, and let me tell you, it was nice and spicy. Besides that, I want to go ahead and show you guys this video and see what you guys think. I wholeheartedly believe that this alienation of affection law needs to be in more states than I believe 5. I believe it's in 5 states now. But I believe it needs to be more, and I believe no-fault divorce needs to be thrown away. I believe that's just terrible thing that ever came about was no-fault divorce. You can get divorced for somebody eating a cheeseburger. I mean, that's how crazy it is. Let me go ahead and run it. When it come back, we shall discuss it. Make sure you guys do your due diligence. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Help us out. We need your help. Here we go.
It was nothing but lies.
Renee Montague, who represented herself in court, slammed the verdict, saying Akira Montague knew her marriage was over and allowed the affair.
She gave her consent. She said it was okay because she knew her marriage was over with and it was done.
But the jury didn't agree, awarding Akira Montague the $1.75 million after more than 700 pieces of evidence were presented. Testimony, the jury found that point, leaving Renee Montague with a hefty bill and no answer on how she'll pay.
I don't know, but she'll probably never see it.
Man, I could tell you the brother got a type though, don't he? Yeah, he got a little type. You know what I'm saying? I see his type. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, nasty.
That's it. Now, it doesn't stop here. The woman who basically, snatched the other woman's husband, her ex-husband is now suing her as well. Apparently, she was doing TikToks with him in the beginning, doing couples TikToks, and she raked in a lot of money. And basically, she never, shared or divulged it. So he's on her ass too. So it seems like for her doing this, she's in a whole heap of trouble and a whole heap of debt. Brother, what you think about this?
You know what, Jermaine? I'm going to tell you like this. In the state of North Carolina, it's the other states that have alienation of affection. It's Hawaii, Mississippi, New Mexico, North Carolina, of course, South Dakota, Utah. And you have had people who have sued for that. Well, for you can sue the spouse. Now, alienation of affection, hold on, let me get that. Alienation of affection states, I think that may be in more than, when it comes, yes, it's still 6 states. But more states when you say alienation of affection, because you get Illinois in it.
Yeah,
too.
Illinois.
You can sue them. Yeah.
Yep.
But the thing is, Jermaine, number one, people have to understand, just because somebody tell you can do wrong, don't mean it introduces it makes it right.
Yep.
Like when these people, you hear people say, well, we were swingers, we were swinging couples. All you need to have is one of the members say, no, this is wrong, I didn't know this. You're going to get adultery.
Yep.
Even if his wife said, I don't care. Well, guess what? To the state of North Carolina says she don't have a right to do that because you're married.
Married, yep.
And that's adultery. And when she admitted it, and remember, he who hires himself as a lawyer has a fool for a client.
Yep.
The man that he who hires himself as a lawyer has a fool for a client. This is crazy. She was a TikToker, and these TikTok stuff really have people doing some of the most dumbest stuff. They really think they can, because you get up there and you say the most dumbest off the wall stuff, and you get on TikTok. Jermaine, you got a TikTok page yet?
Nope. I should.
You should get one. It's good. I got one. I got 2. Get you a main one where you can do your stuff, and then you have a backup one. So that way you can go live during the Jermaine. I'm telling people, TikTok not as bad as people say it is, but it has its ups and downs, and it's a little bit. It reminds you of the restrictiveness of YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
You just can't say trans. Like if you say anything toward trans, you
They
can't
gonna get
say.
ya.
You have to say grape. You know what I'm saying? When you
Yeah,
say that,
all the normal stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But you can still do good, have fun, and talk junk. Depends on the platform. But these people make these videos, they get this craziness, and they think it's gonna happen in the real world. She says she don't care. She know I'm sleeping with her husband. You know what happens? Notice her husband. You just submitted it. You will get sued.
Yep.
And they don't care if you're a TikTok. Here's the thing. They don't care if she is TikTok. It's women who've been sued who were sleeping with their husband at Burger King.
Yep.
They got sued and had to pay for it in North Carolina.
I think that when laws like this are in place, it strengthens the foundation of marriage. It really does, because it makes people really think before they go into it. That, hey, once I'm in it, I'm not going to be able to be dibbling and dabbling, because if I do, I'm going to be hit up with a charge, and I'm going to have this, that, and the third that I have to deal with. It makes people think twice. But if you just have marriage as, you can just sign a paper and be married, and you sign and you don't, but you have all sorts of things that are, how can I say, behind the marriage that really come up after, alimony and child support and stuff like this. I think, in a sense, stuff like this needs to be mandatory, point blank, period. It has to be mandatory across the field, and that will make sure that when people get married, they stay married, and also it will make sure that folks take it seriously. Anything else? Go ahead.
No, it's just that, Jermain, like when people talk about no-fault divorce, no-fault divorce came about as the rise of feminism. The first, and here's the thing, and I got to be truthful, the first person to actually push a no-fault divorce was, at the time, Governor Ronald Reagan.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
In California. That's where it came from, Governor Ronald Reagan. It should have never been, but he did it. But that's who did it, Governor Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, he was trying to do it for the stars, right?
Yep, and the feminists out there in California. That's what that was. There was the feminists in California, because that's where a lot of this stuff originated. Notice all these places originate with this craziness where you have peace, prosperity, overabundance of wealth, prosperity, which was created by men.
Man, absolutely.
Men create the universe. Men create the civilizations. Men create the nations, and feminism comes and destroy it.
You ain't lying about that. And it's mainly because they hate men.
Yes.
Yep. And I'd venture to say most women, about 60%. So I'd say most don't like men. And it's very apparent. Very apparent. You can go on their pages. You can see them saying, we choose the bear. You go and speak to a lot of the guys that are on dating websites. They tell me that they put down, if you're a conservative, if you voted for Donald Trump, they're not going to talk to you. And that's majority of the women. So, yeah, that's what I heard from the guys.
That's true.
They say it's that bad. It's that bad. That's what they saying. So it is what it is. Stay strong. Let's go ahead and move forward. Next one up, I want to speak to you guys about Black Masons. Oh yeah, this is very important because a lot of folks don't know about Black Masons, the history, but they don't understand why they are there. And I want to go ahead here and run this video, very short video. And when it comes back, I want to speak to you guys about it because it's very important here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you share. Here we go.
The Boule Secret Society, capital B-O-U-L'-E. It is a black skulls and bones. They are worse than any skinhead. They are worse than any Klansman. On the 15th of May of 1904, in the city of Brotherly Love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the hometown of the Prince Masonic Order, the Boule Secret Society was formed by 9 Negroes. Okay? Now, these 9 black men, beginning with Dr. Henry McKean Minton, and the last one, Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois, who was the biggest sellout because he was the one who had betrayed black America in a twofold way. Actually, a threefold way. Number one, Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois, who's revered in the annals of black American history and throughout the black diaspora, worked with Margaret Sanger of Planned Parenthood. And he told Margaret Sanger in 1928, a year before, she set up shop on the corner of Malcolm X, which is now Malcolm X Boulevard and 125th Street, which is 125th and Lenox Avenue in Harlem. If you want to gain access to black America, you have to target the black pulpit. These churches, okay. So in 1929, the Harlem Pastoral Alliance, 500 black ministers from Harlem and from around the 5 boroughs of New York City were paid off by this witch, this whore, Margaret Sanger, who herself had 3 children. 2 of her children did not belong to her husband. One belonged to H.G. Wells, okay? And the other one belonged to Cecil B. DeMille, the Hollywood director. And she said the worst place for a black child to be is in his or her mother's womb. Okay, these people are driven by the demons of Genesis 6, the fallen angels. Okay, so the Boule Secret Society, May 15th, 1904, started with Rockefeller Foundation money. Okay, whereas the term the talented 10th did not come from Dr. Du Bois, it came from John D. Rockefeller, who gave it to Du Bois. Now, for your listeners, they may be wondering,
and I want to stop it here now. I want to stop it here. I know it's so interesting, ain't it? I know that sucker is interesting. A lot of y'all didn't even know it, right? Yeah, I know some black Boulets, absolutely. Black Masons, you better believe it. Majority of them are good. Okay, but when you start going into the ranks, it all leads back to Satan. All of it does. I don't care if you do your research. It all leads back to Satan. All of it does. Now, these folks here, one of the reasons why I decided to play this video here was to inform folks that a lot of the black celebrities, a lot of the black politicians that are being pushed by the media, a lot of the times they are from these secret societies, okay? And they catch these people in these secret societies in school. You go to school, college, and that's where they catch you. They're not looking for dumb blacks. They're looking for blacks who are charismatic, blacks who are smart, blacks who can speak to the masses, blacks who got that spark. Okay, yeah, and they bring them into the society. And from then, the society that's hooked up to other societies like the Skull and Crossbones and these other Greek societies, right? They get elevated and be pushed into certain statuses in society, certain jobs. They end up becoming gatekeepers. I want folks to understand that. That's why this is very important. So when you see Kamala Harris, you see LeBron James, and they're speaking the way they do, it's not because they truly think like that. A lot of it is because they were told to think like that for the money they have. Brother, what do you think about this here?
You know what, Jermain? Here in North Carolina, we have a lot of black Freemasons. They're called Freemasons because, quote unquote, is allegedly that many slave owners who were Masons taught their Mason stuff to their slaves.
Absolutely.
And then when their slaves became Masons and did everything correct, it's against the Masonic order to keep a person as a slave. So they freed them. That's why some of the first black free men were Masons, because they took under the cloak of their master, and they learned.
Absolutely.
And now they couldn't have those black or former slaves as Masons, because still you weren't supposed to do it, because people don't know Masons were hunted down. In the beginning of in the United States, Masons were not looked upon in a well way.
Yep.
If originally they were considered satanic.
Yep.
They was the secret society. Masons were not liked. So many of these Masons would communicate through their slaves. Well, when the slave had to learn all this, you done taught him.
Yep.
So then when blacks would, after slavery and all those things happened, well, what are you going to do with them? They didn't want them part of their white society, so they said Freemasons. Well, Freemasons and Masons usually are in the same area. They're the same, not same area, but same stepping areas. You don't hear about a white Mason coming at a black Mason.
No, you don't hear them fighting at all, do you?
You don't hear them fighting.
Yeah, that's why I tell people to get out of color.
It's not about color because if a white Mason is a judge and you got a black Mason and the police officers, the police officer get nasty with that black man, and he says, well, Your Honor, because they have certain signals they'll give each other. That judge gonna hear that Mason, and he gonna check that cop.
Absolutely.
That's been done too many times. That has been done too many places. A lot of civil rights activists were able to go in areas because of
Masons. Yeah, I know it.
And white Masons, they were who told them? The white Masons.
That's why I said majority of them are good. They are good.
Yeah.
Majority of Masonry is good. It's just when you get to the top ranks, and when you get to the upper echelons, that's when the other stuff is happening. But the other folk, most people get into it. They do great, fantastic work. Period. They do great and fantastic work. It's just when you get to the upper echelon, and trust me, you get to the upper echelon, they got some stuff there. So I wanted to go ahead and show you guys this.
Great.
Let's go ahead and move forward. I want to go ahead here and show you guys what happened in Minneapolis. All right, Minneapolis mayor. All right, as you guys know, the mayoral race ended. All right, and who won was Jacob Fry. He got reelected, and I want you guys to see his reelection dance, and basically his celebration. Take a look at this. I think you guys will say something about this here. Here we go.
Assalamu alaikum. Hamid wanaagsan. Magacayga waa Yaroub Farid. Duka magaalada Minneapolis.
Wow. So there you go. So Jacob Fry, shoot, I thought he was black for a second, doing all that hopping around. I didn't see no white folks there. Ladies and gentlemen, there's white people in Minneapolis. There's a whole bunch of them. As a matter of fact, majority of Minneapolis is white. I mean, my goodness gracious. And the celebration filled with none but Somalians there. He's doing the Somalian dance, and then his first words out of his mouth is Assalamu alaikum. You know what I'm saying? Yeah! Yeah! And then you hear the Somalian music in the background. Somebody on the back on the drums and stuff. They had rattlesnakes and everything. Brother, what do you think?
You know what, Jermaine? Here's the thing. And everybody, if you're watching it, please make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't hit that like button, please hit the like button. Hit the share button if you haven't shared. And remember, donate to the page. If you like the show and you've enjoyed what's going on, hit a like, hit a donate. All donations are welcomed. There's no too small. But I'm going to say this, Jermaine, and a lot of people were saying this. The reason why that Somali guy lost is because Somalis are in tribes. And the tribe didn't vote. The other tribe who didn't like his tribe didn't vote for him.
Didn't vote for him, yeah.
The mayor. People don't realize how dangerous Minneapolis is.
It is.
When it comes to these Somalis. They hate each other.
Oh, yeah.
They
gangs.
hate each other. And it's because of tribal warfare. Here in America, we have brought somebody else's tribal warfare to America.
Yep, we've imported problems.
And people who don't share our language, our culture, are being put in positions of power that shouldn't be. It should not only be that you shouldn't hold the presidency unless you are unless you are born in America. It should be for all public offices. You're not born in America, you don't get it. And what this goes to show you is the influence a foreign nation has in America in one of its major cities. Minneapolis is not a small city. It is a hub. It is a business. It is a major city.
Absolutely.
That's why Ilhan Omar can go up there and say she represents Somali interests. That area, Minneapolis, is Somali. And they've been coming over here since 92, and they have reproduced and taken the city.
Yep. You're absolutely correct. Let me tell you, you're on fire right now. Minneapolis, Minnesota, they have imported problems. And a lot of these problems have to deal with the Somalian culture. Besides us paying a boatload of entitlements to the Somalians for coming here, we have to pay for a lot of police presence. Nobody speaks about the gangs that the Somalis have. Yeah, they have clans. The clans are like gangs. You go ahead and speak to the Minneapolis police, they'll tell you. You got nothing but these fools shooting at each other in broad daylight. And let me tell you something. They're more dangerous than the niggas. Yep, get mad at me all you want. Oh my goodness gracious, Jermain said that. Yeah, I did. The regular black folks, the regular niggas that are shooting and killing each other in the street, they have nothing on these Somalis. And the reason why I can tell you that is I know. It's almost like they ratcheted up the gangster. Do you understand what I'm saying? They ratcheted up the gangsterism. So the shootings are more brash. The beatdowns are more brazen. I'm telling you. And when I talk about the viciousness, these Somalian gangs, they like to cut as well. Just like they were back in Somalia with the big-ass machetes, walking around with the dogs ready to cut you. They're doing that in Minneapolis.
Yes.
So if you're talking and running your mouth and saying stuff that you're not supposed to say around them, they'll target you as well. That's why this is a very dangerous thing. Now, I'm not saying all Somalians are like this, but majority are. And they don't conform to our ideals and our ways of life. Not until they have already reproduced 2 or 3 times here. Last words here, brother.
You know what, Jermaine, and you was hitting on a point that's really that needs to be said. These people are dangerous, very dangerous. You don't, and Jermaine's not joking about it. These people are very dangerous. They will hack you up with a machete, and yes, they are worse than the niggas. Let me say this: where they have came and they have taken things to the point to where people like, oh my God, I didn't know this was going to be like this. They hack each other up, shoot each other.
Yep.
And the black gangs have lost to the Somali gangs.
Yep.
To where the Somali gangs run Minneapolis. Not the blacks. You know, people think all black folk look alike, but I am the captain now. That is what's running Minneapolis gangs. And when you usually have gangs, they running in and out with the Somalis. And let me tell you this, and Jermaine, I know you're going to comment on this. The women in Somali gangs are just as worse.
Oh, yeah. Sleep with you Lord.
And cut your gut open.
Oh, my goodness.
To do the mission. Like a horror movie, like, you know, the women who seduce the men and kill them. Yep. That's what they literally will do.
They are that terrible. They are. Those women, let me tell you, and they're loud. Yeah, they were wearing the burqas. They're loud and rude as well. Let me tell you. I don't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have no reason to lie. Let's go ahead and move forward. Next one up. I want to go ahead here and show you guys the president here. President Trump on $2,000 tariff rebate checks. A lot of folks have been speaking about this. A lot of people are hurting right now. John Lennon says, what about the alienation of my bank account? Yeah, I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Let me go ahead and run this. When it come back, we shall speak about it. Here we go.
For many years. That's why we owe $38 trillion. And one of the things we're going to do, we're going to issue a dividend to our middle income people and lower income people of about $2,000. And we're going to use the remaining tariffs to lower our debt. We're going to be lowering our debt, which is a national security thing. So we're doing a lot of good work. And the numbers were reported so incorrectly. The real numbers are trillions of dollars have been taken in or gotten in terms of investment from the tariffs. And so if that were ever reversed, it would be a disaster. Frankly, it would be a national security problem for our country. And nobody thinks it's going to be reversed. I think we had a very good court case. As you know, it's before the Supreme Court right now. But if that were ever reversed, people are saying, oh, it's $1 billion. Some people said, oh, it's $2 billion. Well, that obviously we can handle very easily. But this is trillions of dollars we're talking about in terms of the tariff income and all the investment income that's come into our country. We have more than, I would say right now, more than $18 trillion. The biggest number ever is a tiny fraction of that for any country. China, the United States, the biggest number ever. If you look at the past administration, Biden, he did less than $1 trillion in 4 years. We're over $18 trillion. By the time my first year ends, we're going to have over $20 trillion of investment coming into the United States. It's unheard of. We have AI factories. We're leading China by a lot. We have cars and car plants coming in.
Wow. And I'm going to stop it right
ever
here.
Had built before. All of that would go away if we lose the tariff case. So all of it would go away. So they're not giving the right numbers. It would be an economic disaster. It would be a
Wow. So the president speaks about the tariffs. Unprecedented number coming in. He wants to help folks. Now, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to J9000. He gifted a subscription to Conservative Nation to Mind of Jamal. Let me go ahead and give you the customary. Absolutely. Shout out to J9000 and Mind of Jamal. Shout out to you guys. Brother, what do you think about the $2,000 tariff? Do you think it's coming? Do you think it will change people's minds about the president? Do you think it will, basically benefit anybody?
Well, I would like to thank J9000 for my gift subscription.
Absolutely.
J9000, thank you. J9000, thank you for the gift subscription. Let me say this, Jermain. And if you're Donald Trump, you are caught between a rock and a hard place. And let me tell you why. His goal was to take the tariffs and pay down the debt. That was his goal. But the Democrat Party in this shutdown ruined things so bad, and the media was carrying water for the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party was responsible for this shutdown, and somehow they made it look like it was the Republicans. Donald Trump came up with the $2,000 because he's like, hey, how much have we taken in? We took this much in. Okay, do we have enough? If we give this amount of the people who are hurting, we can still pay off the debt. We was taking in debt. And yes, we do need to keep the tariffs. That's how we built up our America. People don't understand. We became a prosperous nation off tariffs. When you hear cities like, you hear so many black people run around tell you, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. Yeah, Black Wall Street and stuff like that was built because money was flowing in because of black businesses and stuff and tariffs. We had enough money to where the trickle down was getting the black folk. We was building our own stuff. When they want to hate America so bad, Democrats and liberals, they would rather see America burn. I'm going to say this, Jermain, and shut up. It is official. The Democrat Party starved their supporters. The food stamp
crowd
to get at Trump.
Yeah.
And Trump is doing this to help Americans.
Absolutely. That's the main reason why folks are mad at the Democrats right now, because the Democrats were letting people starve.
Yeah.
That's what is being said, and that's what happened here. Now, I want to go ahead and show you guys this skit that is so hilarious. All right, and it deals with the $2,000 check. I want you guys to take a look at this. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Here we go.
Bro, Donald Trump is the worst president ever, dog. Government shutdown, tariffs, and no fucking food stamps, way.
I know, bro.
I had to break up with my baby mama because they don't give her food stamps no more, dog. It fucking hurt me more than it hurt her, vato.
Nah, yeah, I know how you feel, way.
And also, wait, they deported my uncle, vato.
Damn.
Hey, that's my familia, that's my raza. How are you gonna deport my uncle? And me not hate you? Nah, fuck that, bro. Donald Trump, I'm never gonna like that guy, way, neta.
Yeah, bro, I think we should burn the checks whenever we get them, way.
What check, vato? What are you talking about?
Oh, Donald Trump is gonna give out $2,000 checks to every American, way.
Pendejo.
Neta, way?
Bro, Donald Trump is not gonna give out $2,000 checks just like that, way.
No, neta, way, he just said that.
I'm checking with you.
Yeah, bro, I think we should burn it, dog. We should not accept it, neta.
Hola, verga, what the fuck, bro? He's gonna give out $2,000 checks to all the Americans.
I told you, way, he thinks that he could buy us like this.
Proud to be an American?
Yeah, way, as soon as we get it, we rip that shit. We don't need that.
Este vato.
What?
I'm not gonna rip it. ¿Estás pendejo qué?
What the fuck? Why not? Way, you said you didn't like Donald Trump, way.
Vato, bro,
now what?
He's not that bad, way. Hey,
this guy.
We're all mean sometimes, pa. Hey.
Vato, what about your uncle? He deported your uncle, way.
My uncle was a drunk, güey, y le pegaba a mi tía, güey. No mames, la salvaron a mi tía, güey.
Bro, you said that you didn't like him, now you like him, güey. No mames.
Nah, he's not that bad, güey. Plus, I do need new rims for my truck, pat.
Este vato, güey.
Wow, ain't that hilarious? Boy, I was laughing. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you see how easy it is to get the normal person nowadays to switch sides. I mean, he was just hating on Donald Trump. And then as soon as he heard about the $2,000 check, he's proud of being American. You know what I'm saying? Brother, what do you think about stuff like this?
The sketch is funny. I got to admit, the sketch is funny. But regardless of what, it's another sketch I seen, Jermaine, I sent you. And it says Donald Trump cured cancer, and it showed liberal women say, why is he so discriminatory against cancer?
Oh,
so
Lord.
You have people who will tell you that Donald Trump is discriminating against cancer. And why does he have to bother cancer? Cancer didn't bother him. He's picking on cancer. And you're like, huh? Are you serious? Like I said, Donald Trump is doing this because he knows the Democrat Party hurt the American people. And he has accumulated all the tariffs. Notice now that he's talking about giving out all this money, now and nobody's talking about his tariffs don't work.
Yep. They
Notice
ran.
That? Originally it was the tariffs don't work. The tariffs don't work. The tariffs don't work. Now they do.
Yep. They even said it with China. Oh, China's not going to respond to these tariffs. Yeah, look at the tariffs done changed the world. You know what I'm saying?
And it has brought in money.
All he's doing is holding folks responsible. You see what happens when you hold folks responsible? Yeah, stuff starts to happen. Let's go ahead and move forward. Next one up, I want to speak to you. Excuse me. I want to speak to you guys about President signing the end of the shutdown bill. All right? Take a look at this. Here we go.
Toward American taxpayers for hundreds of billions of dollars for illegal aliens and people that came into our country illegally, from gangs, from prisons, from mental institutions. They wanted to pay them $1.5 trillion, which would have really hurt our healthcare businesses and our recipients at levels never seen before. Today, we're sending a clear message that we will never give in to extortion, because that's what it was. They tried to extort. The Democrats tried to extort our country. In just a moment, I'll sign a bill exactly like we asked Democrats to send us all along, many days ago. This cost the country $1.5 trillion, this little excursion that they took us on. Republicans never wanted a shutdown and voted 15 times for a clean continuation of funding. There's never been a time when one or the other party ever didn't sign a continuation. It's just a continuation, not a big deal. It's a continuation, and we'll talk later. Yet the extremists in the other party insisted on creating the longest government shutdown in American history, and they did it purely for political reasons. I want to thank Speaker Mike Johnson, Senate Majority Leader John Thune, as well as House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, Majority Whip Tom Emmer, and numerous other great Republican leaders and congressmen and senators who are here, and who frankly spent a long time in Washington getting this.
Shout out to Tom Emmer.
I also
from
want to
Minnesota.
thank the broad coalition of Americans that stood with us in this fight to
And I'm going to
reopen
stop it
government,
right here. The
including
president going to read for a little bit. But that's what it is, you know. President is ending the shutdown, says the Democrats are to blame. Republicans voted 15 times for a continuing resolution to fund the government, but, you know, to no avail. It ain't happening. So now it's ending and folks can get on with their lives. What do you think?
That's correct. It should. And it shows you the Democrat Party got nothing. Jermaine, when I first saw this deal, I was like, oh, the Republicans screwed up. We always giving up. And then I had someone who watched my show say, Jamal, no, this isn't bad. This is good. The Republicans didn't give up nothing.
Nothing, yep.
We didn't give up nothing. And I say, well, you know, they're hiring people that we fired. No, they're hiring back the people that he fired during the shutdown. If the Democrat Party would never shut things down, they would have never gotten fired. So basically, they went back to day one. If they would have signed a continued resolution and we promised to talk to you about Obamacare. But they can talk. That don't mean the Republicans gonna bend, because if those subsidies end, that's it. If the subsidies end, that's it for Obamacare. And this is what something President Trump has wanted to do since 2015 when he ran, that John McCain is the reason why we still got it. We should call it McCain Care. That's what we should call it.
Yeah, because he's the one who saved it, actually.
Yes, he went out there and did the thumbs down when he was supposed to be Mr. Conservative and ran. And let me say that again. He ran on
repealing
we were supposed to end Obamacare.
Yeah, repeal and replace.
Yeah.
We're going to repeal and replace. You saw all of them saying
and when people say,
they ain't replace nothing. Yeah. And the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, came out and said that he wants to apologize for the shutdown. Take a look at this.
Yeah, I want to see.
I just want to apologize to any Americans who are out there who still have flight cancellations or delays today. I want to apologize to the many American families who were made to go hungry over the last several weeks, our troops and other federal employees who are wondering where their next paycheck would come from. All of that's on the Democrats. Just never forget, they voted 15 times between the House and the Senate to close your government. And the Republicans tried every single day of the shutdown to open it, and we voted 15 times to do that. They have a lot to answer for, and I just want to say that we're very optimistic about the vote tally tonight. We think this is going to happen, and we're sorry that it took this long. So Republicans are going to deliver for the people. We're ready to get back to our legislative agenda. We have a very aggressive calendar for the remainder of this year. There'll be some long days and nights here, some long working weeks, but we will get this thing back on track. So thank y'all. Stay tuned for more tonight.
And I'm going to stop it right here. So there you go. The Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, he says that he apologizing. Listen, you know, it's not our fault. We voted 15 times to have it open and for a continuing resolution. And the Democrats are the ones who didn't want to vote on it, who didn't, come to the table here. Do you think him doing this in this type of a way, and and exposing the Democrats in this type of way will backfire on them, or do you think it will benefit him or benefit the party? I should say.
I think what he did, Jermaine, was, as a member of the government, let me apologize to you because this wasn't right. I see why he did what he did, because when I heard, he's going apologizing, I'm like, apologizing? I see what he did. He did this as a, look, I apologize. This wasn't supposed to be. This was not supposed to be this way. This is wrong. And I see why he did it. And it's a way to let people know he's a speaker. He's taking responsibility, even though he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
That's the Christian part of Mike Johnson. That's the Mike Johnson. That's the Christian part of him saying, I hate that this happened. So, yeah, this is him. I understand what he did.
Yeah, I think it was a good thing that he did it as well. It shows humility and also compassion for the folks that are out there. And last but not least, Bernie Sanders called for Schumer to resign. I want you guys to hear this. I think this is very important here.
Good morning, friends, and a warm welcome back. I'm Errol Barnett as we both look live at the Capitol Dome. High temperatures there will only hit 45 degrees today, so it's chilly. But inside, lawmakers are warming to the possibility of reopening the government. And that's where our government shutdown edition of today's top stories begin. The Senate approved a funding package last night, sending it to the House. Lawmakers there could vote on the bill as soon as tomorrow afternoon. And with a GOP majority, it is expected to pass. Flight cuts at the busiest airports in the country will ramp up today from 4% to 6%. Now, this is due to a mandate from the FAA, which is concerned about safety and the air traffic controller shortage. And even though it looks like the shutdown may end soon, there are concerns about delays lingering even after people start getting paid again. But some more progressive lawmakers are frustrated with the 7 Democrats and 1 independent senator who voted with Republicans. CBS News congressional correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns spoke to Senator Bernie Sanders, who called the shift a disaster. She also spoke with him about criticism of Majority Leader Chuck Schumer.
Do you think he should be replaced?
What the heck happened to Jermain?
Well, that's the point. The question is if somebody, look, again, Schumer's views are very different than mine. He is an establishment Democrat, no secret. I am not. I hope that by electing new members of the Senate, we will have, in fact, new leadership. But right now, it is what it is.
CBS News congressional correspondent Nicole Killian is on Capitol Hill with the latest on this. Good morning, Nicole. So, as we mentioned there, progressives are upset at the moderate Democrats over this deal, but those moderate Dems in the Senate would have known they're going to take heat for this. So, where does this leave Democrats as a party?
Yeah, well, I think let's back up for a second here. I mean, obviously, in terms of the moderates, you know, their big thing was they just did not see that this was sustainable. And so that is why ultimately they decided to break ranks with the party. There has always kind of been this moderate progressive divide within the Democratic Party, but the Republican Party for that matter, too. You know, neither party is a monolith. But, you know, in terms of progressives, I think the issue is, for many of them, they almost feel like this is a case of deja vu. We know that Leader Schumer took a lot of heat in March when he voted, along with a small group of Democrats, to extend a government funding through a continuing resolution. Obviously, this time he changed his position, but at the same time, you had this group of moderate Democrats who backed this new extension of government funding. And at the end of the day, despite holding out for more than a month, Democrats ultimately didn't secure their key demand, which was to get an extension of these Affordable Care Act tax credits.
Wow.
And really, the fate
that's
of
where
those remains in limbo.
it hinges on here. So people were left to starve because of the subsidies for the basically for the Medicare and things of this nature. What do you think about this here? Do you think the Democrats are going to have internal fighting in a sense where they get rid of Schumer, because they're saying that Schumer, in a sense, caused it by his, his inaction there. What do you think?
You know what, Jermaine? I think they may get rid of him because, unlike Republicans, when we was tired of Mitch McConnell stayed in power. They went behind closed doors and they voted to keep Mitch McConnell. Remember, Mitch McConnell was supposed to be gone in 2022. When Donald Trump came and the Republicans took the House and the Senate was held by the Democrats, Chucky Schumer. In 2024, when the Republicans won and we took the House, kept the House, the Senate, and the presidency, Mitch McConnell was supposed to have been gone. But they went right behind closed doors, and who did they vote for? Mitch McConnell.
John Thune.
Excuse me, John Thune.
No, John.
Mitch McConnell stepped down. John Thune stepped up.
Yep, from South Dakota. Yep.
Yeah, but he was handpicked by Mitch McConnell. So Mitch McConnell chose the successor.
Yeah.
And they went in line behind Mitch McConnell. Now, I don't like the Democrats. I make my feelings known. I don't like Democrats, but you know what I do got to admit about Democrats? When Democrats say they're going to get rid of you, they usually do get rid of you. But same thing about Nancy Pelosi. People don't remember the squad was against Nancy Pelosi at one time. Talking about you had Ocasio-Cortez and you had all of them saying get rid of Nancy Pelosi. They went behind the scenes, look who raised the money, and said who? We keeping Nancy. And now Nancy's retiring, and now they stepping up because she's saying the wing is going to this progressive socialist Democrat stuff.
Yeah.
But I say it again. If who is going to step up and they're going to replace Chuck Schumer? Because remember, purple state Democrats know this is why they voted for this. Illinois is being more and more pushed to the red to where Dick Durbin see if Trump fixed Chicago, that make blacks are leaving the Democrat Party over illegal immigration in Illinois. You got of course, Fetterman never went for shutdown. She was against them. The Democrat Party knows they cannot get a radical because they will lose the election and the Republicans are trouncing. That's what this is about. Them not losing power to the Republican Party. So if they get rid of Chuck Schumer, it's going to be somebody he picked.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think that, Chuck Schumer is going to get gone. He's been there for too long. I think the only way he'll get gone is if he decides to step down. He still has a lot of political clout, and also when it comes down to it, a lot of the Democrats right now, they're trying to battle, they're trying to keep their own seat, from all the crazies that they've been supporting. So a lot of them, are not even in the position to be sitting there trying to get him out, to tell you the truth. So, that's where it comes down to. I just don't think so at all. It was their fault for the government shutdown. They're getting the blame. I don't know how that will translate into votes, because I know that folks, no matter what, they still vote for dysfunction when all they know is dysfunction. So that's something that, probably needs to be addressed later on. But as of right now, it is what it is. Brother, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show for tonight. There will be no show next week. I'll be in Minneapolis for some time. I gotta go to an investment property. My mom moved into a home, so I gotta finish taking out some stuff, and I'm gonna be down there for a while, and traveling back and forth from my home to Minneapolis is like $150 each, for round trip. Sometimes I make round trips 2 or 3 times a week. So that sucker adds up. So
how about you stay right outside the city?
I stay about an hour and a half.
Oh wow, that's like Raleigh to Rocky Mount. That's like my home city. You ain't right outside. You literally in other counties over.
Yeah, I'm in other counties over. Yeah. Where I can go to the store and there isn't a nigga on the corner asking me for a square. Yeah, that's the place where I live, and I like it. I know everybody when I go down to the corner store. Everybody know everybody. There is no buses around there. You get what I'm saying? You can't take a bus to come see me. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I like it like that. You know what I'm saying? Negroes can't come and find me. So I can run my mouth very nicely and comfortably out here. You get what I'm saying? Because most of the Negroes who want to kill me, the bus route don't come this far out here, and they don't have enough money to travel. So, what can I say? I'm just living the life. Living the dream. But besides that, I want to thank everybody for coming out, hanging out with us. I really do appreciate it, especially the folks who donated as well. We will be shifting into doing full time in December. All right. And I have basically a new intro and everything already ready for it. And we're going to be doing Monday through Friday and bringing it back. So other than that, brother, any last words for our beautiful crowd?
Everybody that's listening heard Jermain say he will not be on next Wednesday. So we won't be back on next Wednesday, but he will coming back. It's so good to hear that Jermain will be back on regular schedule in December. So please, everybody, keep Jermain in your prayers. Keep him in your prayers. Keep his family in your prayers, of course. And y'all look forward to the great show. And y'all know me. I'm putting out stuff every day.
Yup.
Please go like, share, and stay informed.
Share and like. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We really do appreciate it. I know Jamal does as well. We really do appreciate Jamal and his time that he takes out of his day to come and hang out with us. So we really do appreciate that as well. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys take care. Have a very, very beautiful night. And we'll catch you guys here next time for another edition of Conservative Nation, Double Barrel J's edition with my main man, Mind of Jamal. You guys take care. Love ya. Bye-bye.
Damn, Kimber 9 so crazy.